Welcome to WesternSlopeNow.com. Meteorologist Russ Pappas here. Not a bad little view. This is exit mode of our most recent storm system. Very weak, two-part disjointed storm. Did produce a couple of surprises. You can still see clouds, and you will see clouds lingering across the high country late afternoon and early evening. Here we are on November 24th. It is a Wednesday, just around the 4 o'clock hour. We don't have hazardous weather. Previously, 24 hours ago, we had the red flag warnings east of the divide into the lower elevations there. We never had winter weather advisories, winter storm watches, winter storm warnings with this system. Just too weak and disorganized, coming in really with two parts, moisture first and then cold front second. It did produce snow. I'm still looking for that foot, that isolated instance of a foot in the San Juans. But the San Juans received about 2 to 6 inches of snow. The Grand Mesa picked up 2 inches. I saw a photographic evidence with the Grand Mesa Nordic Council, Ski Council. They had 2 inches of new snow up on their cross-country trail. So that is something definitely worth getting into this season. And that's going to be my New Year's resolution, is to start cross-country skiing more locally. Montrose woke up this morning with a dusting on some of the mesas around us, and that dusting continued to get deeper into the Gunnison Valley and right on up into Crested Butte. Aspen did a little better. Aspen was only expected, the Central Mountain Zones, only expected to pick up 2 to 4, and it looks like they're working on 5 to 6 right now. So that's good news. And the snow even went as far north as Steamboat Springs, where it was not expected. But that was with the help of a nice westerly northwesterly wind that really produces snow for some of those areas. So that's good. Montrose did slightly better than a trace of rain with this. But again, nice day. Cold, though. High temperatures in the low 50s for Delta, low 40s at Montrose, mid 40s for Grand Junction. Now, at this recording, you can see the timestamp. Here are the current temperatures. Middle 40s and lower 40s for much of the populated areas. But you add the element of wind, and now all of a sudden that wind chill is pretty cold. Wind speeds right around the 10 to 20 mile per hour zone really created some problems for anyone working outside today. That's our current wind right now, about 10 to 15. Top wind gusts of the day into the 20 and 25 mile per hour category. Now, you know, I previously said wind was not going to be a problem, but try telling that to someone who has to be outside working continuously with that wind. That 10 to 20 mile per hour clip will wear you down. Speaking of down, lots of leaves getting down on the ground. Saw a lot of people outside today raking their leaves, and that's the order of business as we get into the Thursday, the big feast day. We're going to have a cold start. These temperatures we experienced this morning, really, I only want to mention Gunnison because previous days in the single digits, and this morning we woke up at about 30 degrees. So that's actually beach weather in the Gunnison Valley, but it's not going to last because we're going to go right back down to the chilly single digits for the Gunnison Valley, teens into the Roaring Fork Valley. Also, Delta Montrose, significantly colder than this morning, and Grand Junction, also colder than this morning. Now, the average low temperature for Grand Junction is 24. Average high temperature, 47. Montrose usually hits about 22 and 47, so we're going in cold, and when you wake up Thursday morning, it's going to be a chilly start. Here are some of those low temperatures, and now here are some of those high temperatures. And with that, expect another cool, cold afternoon. The difference is dry conditions, you're going to need moisture for your hands. You're going to need to protect your skin because any wind in these conditions would certainly chap the skin. So please be careful. But we're going to be dry, and we're going to see a lot more sunshine Thursday than we did on Wednesday. And that sun's going to stick around even into Friday. Now, Friday, and let's cycle through this because we are dry and we don't expect anything else to occur on the western slope. And as we go during the overnight hours into early tomorrow morning, if you're traveling through the mountain corridors, the snow is going to taper off as we get later and later into the evening hours, but I don't see it as a problem right now. You just need to be prepared for driving. Radar, quiet, and that's going to be the story for radar for the next couple of days. I will be tracking some storms Friday, Saturday, but we're going to be on the tail end of those storms like we've been for the last several storm cycles. The tail end of the storms, brushing by the northern mountain zones, that's what we expect to occur. Sorry about that. That's an Amber Alert that's going on. Probably you're getting the same one at this very moment. But taking a look at the extended forecast, cold afternoon, cold start for Thanksgiving, cold start for Friday if you like to get out and go shopping, but a nice mild finish in the afternoons. And that mild will continue through the weekend and into the beginning of next week. In fact, we are going to be looking at mild and dry conditions all the way through the end of November. Now, that's still just next Tuesday, and we'll start December on a mild note. Dry as well. So plenty of sunshine, plenty of dry conditions. We just need to get through these next couple of chilly mornings and these next couple of cool afternoons. But once we get into the weekend, full swing, you can change your decorations outside this weekend knowing that it's going to be sunny, it's going to feel pretty good, and you're going to get a little bit of a sunburn if you happen to be facing the sun. North-facing areas, obviously a little bit colder, probably retaining ice a little bit longer if there's any wet spots, and that also holds true for driving. The northern-facing shaded areas will hold ice and be a little bit slicker. But outside of that, it's really just a warm and dry pattern, unseasonably warm, even though we're supposed to be in the upper 40s. I don't mind saying unseasonable because we're going to be in the low and mid 50s for the next several days, all the way through the end of this month and into the start of December. Now, December is still holding indications that we'll go a little bit unsettled. Given the fact that our statewide snowpack is low, that should not indicate anything to you because one storm system can boost that up well above the percentages. So just to give you an idea, we could use the snow. We're not going to get any. We do have dry and cold conditions, so manufactured snow will be the order of business moving forward.